My name is Teresa Lockwood. I reside in Valhalla, New Jersey, and I'm actually going to talk about this thing that Don bought. Just want to let you know, I'm actually just more or less looking at the principles and the mind of madness. So, I don't know how long exactly it's been. We'll give it a rough estimate of 6 months that Don almost went into a diabetic coma and had to go to the hospital. And so, unfortunately, I wouldn't call it grace or mercy. Um, my conscience, I don't know, in somebody else's weakness, even though they're a monster. Their mind is, just irredeemable. And trying to teach this person things is just unbelievable. But this is the thing. So this person keeps trying to find every effort to go back to the way he was eating that actually made him sick and made him have diabetes 2, type 2. And I have been trying to teach him for months on almost a daily basis because I know that not much intelligence can actually go into his mind. So I have to take a lot of information and make it very simple, basic, and small. Um, so he wound up buying this crab cake. I don't eat crustaceans. I don't like crabs and things like that. But he is a crustacean eater. Just want to let you know that he eats excessive crustaceans. And he's also been to the doctors and put on medicine for having gout. Did it stop him? No. Now, we eat completely differently, and for many, many, many years, I have been begging for vegetables and healthier food. Because I kept saying that I am sick, I'm sick, I need healthy food. So I try my best, and when he went into a diabetic coma, I thought that was going to be, I don't know how to put this into words, but like more of a response that there's going to be more healthier food brought into the house. I can't do my own shopping and things like that or whatever. I live in chronic pain. So he keeps trying to buy things, and he used to yell at me, oh, well, I'm tired of wasting food because I would not eat things that just is bad for me. And the thing is, sadly, a lot of times let me just say this, I wound up eating sandwiches a lot and more than I want, and I kept crying. I don't want to eat sandwiches all the time. So while he's eating, his crustaceans, his lobsters, his clams, his crabs, and all these things, and steaks, and most foods that I don't eat, these Dungeness crabs or whatever the case may be, um, um, and fried foods. I wouldn't mind like fried foods once in a while or whatever, but I kept saying I don't want all these fried foods, and I am sick. I need real food. So the thing is, because he would make these meals for him that I didn't eat, I would wind up making either sandwiches or eating out of bags, preparing my own food in a little corner, practically because I didn't go into the kitchen and I was very restricted or whatever. So I gained weight and I got sick. So I'm working on that. But it is a fight almost every day and begging still for healthy food. The strange thing is, because he's basically more or less sometimes, even though he's weakening down, scared to eat a lot of foods that made him sick because, yeah, like any person, no matter if they're good or evil, they suffer trauma. And yes, I believe he was traumatized because he was actually scared to eat. So when he doesn't know what to eat, he ate a lot of sandwiches, not as much as I did. for most of my meals. But he's actually left with eating sandwiches all the time, where I was eating sandwiches. Why? Because he doesn't know what to eat, which is where I was. He actually made fun of me, and because, I'm like, I need real food, I'm hungry, so he would actually make fun of me, like, I'm hungry, comparing me to the fat woman in a cartoon or whatever, with the woman in the house, and they keep sitting there, I guess, hearing this, thinking the house is haunted, that this woman was like extremely like obese, like 500 pounds or something, 800,000, whatever the case may be. It was a cartoon or whatever. And so this old guy was protecting his wife or whatever, but people thought it was haunted or whatever. But he would make fun of me and do that and act like I never hardly ate. I ate once or twice a day. And yeah, because I'm hungry, I did nibble on like candy. Like he would sit there and just buy candy almost every day. And I did develop a habit of just like nibbling on candy throughout the day, which caused a health problem. So, I ate out of bags. I ate chips out of bags, for like a lunch or whatever the case may be. And the thing is that the fridge was stocked with food all the time, but just unnecessary food, mostly condiments. Like I'm talking about 20 to 30 condiments. I mean, it was ridiculous. And like, foods that couldn't just like take out or whatever. Or, I mean, like meats, and just like cook and whip up for a lunch or something. So, anyway, it was very hard to get normal food. And then like most of the time he would just bring takeout like probably 2 to 4 times a week. Excuse me. And that's what I would live off of. Now, I did not eat that much, but I gained weight. So, yeah, I lost a lot of weight. But, so the thing is, I am restricted. So the thing is, it's like, okay, it's good. People say you shouldn't snack between meals. Okay, I didn't. I actually stopped before he actually got sick. It was dwindling down, but I stopped eating candy like 2 months before he got sick, because I was sick and I was trying to change my diet. I was like, I'm just gonna starve or whatever, and so I wound up eating just like just without snacks or whatever. So I already lost weight. So then there was and then I was like, okay, I was using his diabetes and the demand that they were telling him that he has to change his diet and not eat this or that, carbs, no sugar, and whatever the case may be. So, and preservative food. And I keep telling him that over and over and over. You can't eat preservative food because it's going to set off your diabetes and cause like high blood sugar and all these other things or whatever. So I'm sitting there trying to insist, and this is like every day since then, over and over and over and over and over. Stop buying things with. First of all, I told him, and I basically even confirmed it, tried to show him like a video. It's just like, look, and I try to keep it simple for him because he can't comprehend or whatever. I was just like, it's this simple. If it has a long list of all kinds of things, you don't know what it is, it has a bunch of junk in it and preservatives, like a list like this. Yes, you see that, right? So, the thing is I got my little magnifying glass. I was going to just read it. Maybe I should just see. I got a little magnifying glass, and I was just going to read the list. I don't know if I'm going to or not. I just put it on there. So, the thing is that I've actually suffered much food abuse from him, besides the gaslighting and mental abuse or whatever. But dealing with him is just like, this is a person who's unwilling to change delusional ideas, which I am often oppressed under his delusions and his corrupt-minded, just delusional thinking. And things will not get done, or there's nothing I can do beyond what he suppresses to make sure it does not get done. And he's brainwashed with these false ideologies that basically made me his prisoner, captor, and abused victim because of his brainwashed brainwashed delusions, like, women shouldn't have rights, or they don't know anything. So he refuses to listen to a woman. And even in the hospital, and they actually found out that it was true, because they were trying to teach him about diabetes and it wasn't sinking in. And I told them, I was just like, he is a misogynistic, and it's highly unlikely he's going to hear a woman. This is what I said to his nurse. So, because he is very, very prejudiced against women, and he denied it, even though I've been abused over it, like being promoted. He punched me in the head, knocked me unconscious, and claiming that women can't drive. Now the thing is, he is probably one of the most dangerous driver on the road. He does not drive normally. He has, like, lacking severely in conscience, often, and whatever. So, his conscience is completely seared, and I actually have to deal with it and try to teach him some things, and he's not willing to listen. So the thing is, he's still trying to buy regular food, and I even try to teach him how to change his thinking and mind about food, about things. He's resistant against vegetables, okay, and refuses to eat vegetables. I'm like, well, I said, do you want to reverse your diabetes? Because that's the only way you're going to do it. So he still's trying to buy things, and refuses to read the labels. I'm like, look, if it has a long list, don't buy it. Like I just showed you. I said, all you have to do, and I showed him like 20 times. This is the sugar, okay? This is the carbs. And I told him over and over, like, the amount of carbs, and what kind of carbs or whatever. And I told him simple, basic things, okay, that he can remember in a way that he can remember what to buy. So, like, at first he grabbed the wraps that had, low carbs, no sugar, no added sugar. I told him, it has added sugar, do not buy it. So the thing is that he just bought wraps. They're still sitting on the table. I had to question him because whatever. But he bought wraps again, and because it had spinach in it, it had like 39 carbs and like high in sugar, and I'm not eating that. That's toxic. That's poisonous. I said, and it has this many like added sugars. So he just will not listen to me. And the thing is, I've been teaching him every single day. Now the thing is, he can make this, okay? He can make this, all right? This is I don't know, about maybe a pound. I don't know how much net weight. Maybe it's a half a pound. So this is a thing. This has so much junk in it. I don't even know if I can sit there and read all this. It's Alaskan Pollock. I guess they use that for imitation crab. So that sounds familiar to me. Oh, it's got egg whites. Not really the good part of the egg. Cornstarch, wheat starch, sorbitol, potato starch, marine wine. I don't know what that is. Sake, sugar, salt, yeast extract, modified food. Sodium. I don't even know what this is. Triple. Can't even pronounce this. Oh my gosh. Phosphate. Soybean oil. Carrageenan oil. Sodium. Triple. Okay, hold on. I'm rereading online. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all this. Cornstarch, so it's got fructose and, oh wait, I just read that. I just caught it in a glance of my eye. Fructose corn syrup. Buy fructose corn syrup. Vegetable oil. Soybean. Modified foods. Corn. So, I mean, it's already on there. I'm just, whatever. I'm not going to go through it. So I don't know if I can read this without my magnifying glass. It doesn't even have a nutritional, I'm going to look this up to see if I can find it online, but it doesn't even have a nutritional list of facts of how many carbs it has. But I know this is not a healthy breading. And, he's going to try to eat this. Now, the thing is, you just make this. Like, get some crab, you get some Pollock meat, whatever you want to call it. You know, I made salmon cakes before. But he tries to keep buying things. So, still. And, he's trying to replace things and put it back. And the thing is, it's just toxic. It's toxic for a healthy person. I mean, it's toxic for anybody, period. And, I guess he doesn't care. A lot of people don't. And, like, I know bad foods like this made me sick, and I don't want preservatives in my food. And all the garbage, that, I mean, is it necessary to make a crab cake and put all this in here? It's not. It doesn't even make any sense to me. When you ordinarily make something, you don't need all these ingredients. Like, why? I mean, not that it's right. They put a lot of toxic preservatives in it, but at least there's like a purpose. Like, I understand what they do. You know, they put these preservatives in and use these certain ingredients to preserve shelf life. Now, this is in the deli, and they have to, I know how it works when you have, like, fresh food like that, where, they only, I mean, it's only on the shelves for a few days when, like, this is supposedly fresh. It's in the deli. So, it's really not necessary for that to be made like that at all. It's really, really terrible. So, you know, like, it doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, I'm doing very well, with my eating or whatever. I mean, yes, once in a while I'll order a pizza, and I actually ordered a regular, just an ordinary pizza. It's probably, I don't know, if it's less healthy. It wasn't very good at all. I regretted it in a sense. And, but yeah, it's carbs, high in carbs. But I did get one that was actually like 13, I think it was 13 carbs or less for a couple slices or something. I don't know if it was a slice or a couple slices, it all depends. I think of the size of it or whatever, but, I think it's a large slice, but I'll got a medium or whatever. But I kept it restricted. So, I mean, like, I don't know. When I get knowledge about something, it makes me see things different by accepting it, and identifying it as true. And I make better decisions, when I'm informed about things. And it was easier to, when I educate myself on certain things, I didn't have information before, to make decisions on what I eat and what I buy and all these other things or whatever. And I'm not saying people should, well, I don't know, maybe people should go to a whole class about health, a diet. I mean, the diet and what's in our food. But, yeah, I'm going to end with that. So I want to get into all this education, because he will not educate himself about anything about diabetes or see a nutritionist or whatever. So I wound up researching it like every day for like hours on end, every single day, about like diabetes. And I went beyond that. I went beyond to researching and foods and listening to people who are educated of foods and what they do, learning how to recook. And this is what I realized, that, you know what? Americans, they eat bad, and we don't question it or observe so much about it. And people don't. A lot of people don't realize. Like some things I thought that were healthy. Um, I was like, oh my gosh, really? you know. And I'm gonna go by one person. That's so. I mean, I watched and listened to like probably over 500 people already online. Excuse me, about what's in foods, breaking down the sciences and how they um affect our bodies, what happens in the bodies, what the how the body uses the food, learning about like insulin resistance and excuse me, and and all these things. I'm gonna drink some water. Hold on. So, and why that happens and what is happening in the body and symptoms to identify with and all these things or whatever, and what is harmful, what is toxic, and all these other things. Like, I mean, I just hours and hours of reading and listening to people and confirming. I mean, just because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even more, I don't care if it's 20 that agree with each other, does not mean it is true. So I need something that would confirm itself within itself, to be evidential. And I know what I can identify what has happened in my own health. So, I'm still fighting a war to eat healthy. It's almost every day. So I do get more healthier food that I can choose from. And, so, yeah, he refuses to eat healthy food even if I make it better. Oh, no, wait. He did love the chocolate chip cookie that I made healthy. I got a recipe online. And it's just like, it's really interesting how, like, it was about a year or so ago. Like, I was just, like, mentally abused over, like, him, like, making dinner when I was, like, really hungry, wanted real food. And it tasted really bad. And he's like, oh, well, you don't eat for it to taste good. You eat to live. It was toxic. I mean, it's just talking about, like, I mean, dirty dishwater, like, junk getting into my food, and because she's careless, like, all the time. I can't, it's hard for me to stand up and cook, and I have a few times lately. It's been very painful. And I get no help, and I get, like, just, he thinks I'm just going to start serving him. I will never serve him. I'm helping and basically being a strength and a weakness. That's what I do. This has to do with the laws of my good conscience and what is happening in my environment. But I did tease him about the whole thing that is like, oh, fix this, and I'll sit there and, or I'll stop making cookies. But I was joking. I don't pry people really, and the thing is, it's just that yeah, I'll sit there withhold somebody and they're not appreciate it, but whatever. I just had to make a joke out of it just for GP. So I haven't heard that statement, that term, since I was a teenager. It's their GP, general purposes. People like GP. It was really weird. I don't know. I never used it before, but it was strange. I basically thought about it like it was just the day before. Anyway, who am I talking to? I don't know. Who am I making this video for? I don't know. It is purposeful to put that knowledge out there. Nobody listens really to my stuff or whatever. I have people hacking my computer, altering my videos, and trying to find something to use against me. I've given all kinds of stuff deliberately. So it's like, I don't care what a wicked person thinks of me. But I don't look forward to sit there and use people against people. I mean, people against, things against people, what they say is only if they speak something and it's very evil and dangerous, I'll sit there and just use it against them. So they have to actually twist my words, hack my videos to actually do these things. And to sit there and try to use something against me. And it's just like, why would you? I use that against you. Why would you like do something like that? Like they're very, very, very jealous without a reason. It's really, really terrible. The evil people in the world doing these things to me, and I'm continuously a pearl cast before swine. So anyway, there's yes, there is such thing as purposeless people. Uh, uh, Worthless people. I live with one. But then again, oh, they made sure that, oh, he's a purpose in my life because, oh, he's my prison guard, and he has to basically control and keep me a prisoner, and make sure that I don't exist, and I fight against that. But whatever the case may be, his little goldfish in a bowl, I guess. And whatever. I mean, this messes with my head, being forced to basically serve and help a monster who cannot be educated. And if you don't, the thing is, this is a thing. You know what? I'm going to do another video about that. I'm going to end with this.